welcome to Love Addiction series. Today, let's talk about being single on purpose. So many people stay stuck in unhealthy relationships because they are terrified of being alone. The fear whispers, if I'm single, it means that I'm not wanted. I will be lonely forever. When someone grew up without consistent emotional safety, so they have a false belief if I'm alone, it means that I'm not lovable, I'm not enough. I was a former love addict. Years ago, when I first started recognizing my patterns, a friend of mine told me to stop dating and be single for a year. It was the hardest thing in my life because I hated myself without a partner. I didn't know who I was, I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. I didn't know how to go out and do activities on my own. So I know firsthand that being alone can feel like abandonment to people struggling with love addiction and codependency. But if you are tired of toxic relationships that never work out for you, it's a time to make a decision. Being single on purpose, and here is why. Being single on purpose gives you the space to discover who you really are without the noise of someone else's expectations. Is where you start to hear your voice again. You learn what makes you happy and what kind of life that you want to create. You learn to make friends with yourself and others, not just a romantic partner. You stop outsourcing your worth to whether or not someone texts you back or chooses you, and instead, you start choosing yourself. Be curious, study your history, understand what brought you here into love addiction and codependency. Face your darkness and your biggest fear. For me, it was healing my abandonment wound and confronting my fear of dying alone, like my mom. I spent 3 years being single before I met my current partner. So, being single on purpose isn't about closing your heart to love. It's about breaking free from the cycle of chasing, clinging, and settling down for less. And you will realize that you are never truly alone. You have yourself. Aloneness isn't loneliness. You discover that your own company can feel safe, nourishing, and even joyful. Solitude is the best gift that you can give yourself. You have to learn to love yourself first because no one else can do that for you. If you don't know how to accept every aspect of yourself, the light and the darkness within you. No matter how many relationships you have, you will always feel homeless within yourself. And finally, I highly recommend the book Single on Purpose by John Kim.